Okay.
Lyrically, I just go what cracks me up. So if I start to laugh while I'm like writing stuff down, then I'm like, okay, I'm on the right path. I'm on the right path. And then I'll try to get a demo of it done within the day. And that's just the first draft. That's my fucking method.
Mhm.
And then I wait a couple days and then I play it again. I just either like learn it on the regular guitar or on a piano, and I'll just like keep working on the song in just different ways. And then I'll make another draft. I'll make another demo. And then by the time I'm done with it, it's usually like demo 3, demo 4 of the same song. So that's my rules.
Yeah. But from first rough draft to final version, each one, are you tracking it the same way, or are you beefing up the recording process as you go?
No, I'm just deleting. Like I am doing it all over again.
Yeah. But are you starting with the same way that you're recording at the beginning as you are at the end, or is it? Are you like? Is the first one like on an iPhone?
Usually, yeah. Sometimes the first one's on an iPhone.
Okay.
And then, yeah. Usually, actually, you're right. First one is on the iPhone, and then when I start to do the other process, then it's just 3 takes each.
Okay.
Yeah.
So aside from the first demo always being ska, which we've established,
or reggae,
do they often take? Do they change shape pretty significantly, like version to version, or are you just fine tuning?
Kinda, yeah. No, they do change shape a lot. Like, and that's by the time it gets to the band, in the rehearsal room, like the only thing we start telling each other is, how do we make this sound sicker? Like, how do we make this heavier? Or how do we make this like more? You know what I'm saying? Like,
mm-hmm.
how would this go off live? That's the mantra.
So that's kind of what you're aiming for, is like how it's gonna like sound live.
Yeah.
Because I was curious, because like people, one of the things that artists struggle with is like, certain things are precious about and certain things are not precious about.
Yeah.
So that makes editing and revising difficult. Like if you don't want to let go of this or that.
Yeah, that's why you got to delete it, start again.
So you're pretty willing to just be like, not be precious about it. You're just looking for the right thing.
Yeah. And then really what it boils down to is the melody and the vocal, like the lyrics, is like the most important part, because that's the part they're going to sing in their head.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You go with something that kind of cracks you up. Do you stay there, or do you kind of like dig deeper and look for something a little deeper? Or do you still just trying to like say, I want something that's going to crack me up?
Like I go with it cracks me up. It's also like lyrics are tough.
Sure.
Like it's a different process. And usually like I try to write like 3 pages of journaling a day, like just stream of consciousness. And by the time I'm done with like just writing a bunch like that, I literally, like when I'm writing stuff, it's like for a purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like it does something. I think the journaling has done something to my brain where it's like I can think of a phrase and just write it out instead of like trying to edit it and piece it together at this point. But that being said, I tend to overword, and then I just start crossing out words that don't need to be there.
Interesting. Is your daily journal process that you do, is that purely for your creativity, or is that like a mental health like way to
totally a mental health thing?
Oh, okay.
I started doing it. I have like 2 herniated discs in my lower back, and I developed like full chronic pain, like sciatica and shit like that. And I started reading about pain and shit like that. And there's this like book called Healing Back Pain. I don't know where it is, by Johnny Sarno, and he talks about journaling. And I just started doing it, and then all of a sudden I just started noticing like everything started getting better in my life. It's really weird.
Damn.
Yeah, it's fucked up. It's a weird hack.
Yeah, I have like, I struggle with anxiety and stuff, and I've found that sometimes when it's like higher in my life, I'll start doing like daily journals as well, and it's just like me spitting my brain onto my computer screen, and I just delete it when I'm done. And I feel like it kind of I just feel like it empties my brain, and it makes me feel less like all my thoughts are all over the place and pulling me in different directions. It kind of gives me the ability to focus and feels calm.
Wait, why did you delete it?
The reason
yeah, that's a thing. You have to. Yeah.
This is a very good question. The reason I delete it is because I don't want to think about what I'm writing, and I don't want to be conscious of what I'm writing, and like I'm not giving any weight to it. So if I know that it's going to get deleted, I can just say the dumbest, weirdest, maybe offensive, whatever, just thoughts that just pour into my brain. They mean nothing. I guess it's my version of meditating, but I don't like meditating. But this is kind of like meditating. It's like thoughts are meaningless.
Yeah. Well, Zach, though, when you're journaling, what happens with the journals?
So I take a composition book.
Yeah.
And the first half is lyrics and ideas and stuff. And what I do is I flip it around so it's upside down, and I write on this side. So half of it is stream of consciousness, and half of it is lyrics.
So you save them?
I do save them. I have done the like you rip it up, or like, you know, there's like ritual. There's a ritual thing to it, you know, like burning it and shit like that.
Sure.
No, I agree. Deleting them is clutch. I just don't, because because I don't want to carry more than one book when I'm on tour. So I just have to carry that one. I don't need like my own journal and, you know, this thing. Just smash it into one.
Do you have a specific brand of composition book you like, or does it not matter?
Oh, dude, the classic one. Where is it?
The one with the black and white cover?
Yeah. Classic.
Yeah, okay.
Classic. They got ones with color now and shit like that. So I'm like,
sure,
gonna play around with that. It's sick. I love that shit.
All right.
Let's also talk a little bit of FIDLAR lore. Greg, and was it also Elvis's dad, is the keyboardist for TSOL?
Yeah, Max and Elvis's dad is the keyboardist for TSOL.
Oh, yeah, his name is Greg. I'm sorry, yeah.
And his name is Greg.
Interesting. Was that ever a thing that was weird, or were they proud of it, or were they like a little embarrassed about it, or what was sort of their take on it?
No, they were stoked. Greg was awesome. They were stoked.
That's right. That's rad to have like a dad in a punk band.
He came to every show. It was so sick. Yeah. He's a legend. It's
just it's hard for me to relate. Me and Adam both. We just have like, you know, religious parents who would never ever set foot in any of these places.
It's the opposite. It was the opposite for them.
I think my parents have seen me play music twice.
Yeah. What are you doing with your life, dude?
Exactly. Yeah. Anytime I come home from a tour and they're like, "Did you make any money?"
Yeah.
Like, cool, thanks.
My parents saw me play live once, I think, and it was at it was a playhouse in our hometown. It was not a bar. It was not like a shady venue, but they reacted like, "Oh my God, what is this place you're hanging out at?" Like they had just caught me at a show at the most dingiest bar.
It was literally a theater for like youth theater. That they would like every 2 months they'd have a punk show there.
Yeah,
that's so funny.
Yeah,
I've heard your early shows are pretty wild, like unhinged.
Yeah, some crazy shit.
So you guys kind of come in this era, like what is it, you're talking like the 2010s or something like that?
Yeah, garage rock revival.
Is it okay? So it's kind of like there is kind of a revival for like heavy guitar music then, or fast guitar music,
for sure.
Who are your contemporaries? Like, who are you coming up with?
Well, in our scene, it was like Pangea, Audacity. The OCs were playing a bunch. Black Lips, Ty Segall, Growlers, kind of that era.
Okay.
There was this like punk band in New York that I love called Big Ups. They're so good. It was an interesting one. It was like we were kind of like too punk for them.
Yeah.
But we weren't punk enough for the punk bands.
Yeah.
So it was just this weird little in between.
I feel like you guys too, like, especially as you guys develop, like you guys have a sense, you have a pop sense in terms of your writing and your melodies and stuff that maybe some of those bands didn't have.
Yeah. All right.
Which I think, and listening to you talk, you said like sort of like trying to aim for like the melodies and lyrics too, which I think is like,
that's the Jawaiian, dude. That's the Jawaiian. try to make that shit easy.